If you see this tiny alligator crawling on your plants, put the spray bottle down. It may look like a little monster, it may look like something that came to chew through your leaves, but before you crush it, spray it, or flick it away, take one closer look. Because that strange little creature may be one of the reasons your plants survive the week. And the mistake most people make happens fast. They see movement on a leaf. They see a dark body, tiny legs, orange markings, and a strange, spiky shape. Then the first thought is simple: pest. So the spray bottle comes out. But this is where many gardeners quietly remove the very thing that came to help them. Not every ugly bug on your plant is attacking it. Some of them are hunting the attackers. That tiny alligator may be a lady beetle larva, often called a ladybug larva. If you have only ever noticed the red adult ladybug, the larva can be shocking. It does not look cute. It does not look round. It does not look like the lucky little red insect people draw on greeting cards. It looks like a tiny armored creature crawling across your leaves, almost like something that should not be there. But in the garden, this stage may be even more important than the adult. The adult ladybug is easy to love because it already has a good reputation. The larva has to earn your trust while looking like a problem, and that is why so many people almost destroy it. A lady beetle larva does not wander onto your plant for decoration. It is usually there because there is food nearby. For many lady beetle larvae, that food is aphids and other small soft-bodied pests. Aphids gather on tender stems, new leaves, flower buds, and the underside of plants. They drink plant sap, they reproduce quickly, and when they build up, they can weaken new growth before you even realize how many are there. You may first notice a curled leaf, sticky residue, distorted buds, or a plant that suddenly looks tired. But under that leaf, the story may already be changing. So if you see the larva, do not only look at the bug, look at what it is hunting. On the surface, your plant may look still, but under a leaf, a quiet battle may already be happening. Aphids cluster together, feeding in groups. The lady beetle larva moves through them slowly, almost like a tiny patrol. It does not need your praise. It does not need a feeder. It does not need a little house. It only needs prey, shelter, and enough time to keep moving. And this is the part that makes the spray bottle so risky. When you spray a plant because you see bugs, you may not only hit the pests, you may also hit the predators that came to eat them. That does not mean you should never manage pests. It means you should look closer first. Are the insects clustered and soft-bodied like aphids? Is there a strange alligator-shaped larva moving among them? Are there tiny eggs, empty skins, or signs that predators have already arrived? If the answer is yes, the first step may not be to spray. The first step may be to pause. Give yourself 10 seconds before you act. Turn over the leaf, look at the stems, check whether the strange bug is sitting still and feeding on the plant, or whether it is moving through the pests. That one small pause can change what happens next. Because if this little larva appears on your plants, it can mean your garden has attracted a natural enemy of pests. That is a good sign. It means your plant is not completely alone. Your garden may already be calling in help. Lady beetles, lacewings, hoverfly larvae, tiny wasps, and other small predators that most people never notice. They are not pets. They are not magic. But they are part of the system that keeps pest populations from becoming the only story. And that system can be fragile. If every moving thing gets sprayed, the pests may come back faster than the helpers. You do not have to become an insect expert overnight, but you can learn to recognize the moment before you overreact. If you see a strange little larva on a plant, especially near aphids, slow down. Take a closer look. A lady beetle larva is often long, dark, and alligator-like, sometimes with orange or yellow markings. A lacewing larva may look smaller and more slender, but it is also a fierce predator of soft-bodied pests. Some helpful larvae look strange. Some look unfinished. Some look like the kind of thing you were taught to remove. The exact species can vary. The important habit is the same. Do not judge only by appearance. Judge by the scene around it. Where is it on the plant? What other insects are nearby? Is it surrounded by aphids? Is the plant still holding up? Or is it truly collapsing? If the plant is not collapsing, give the natural enemies a little time. Check the underside of leaves. Look for aphid clusters. Look for larvae moving through them. Avoid broad spraying when you can, especially when beneficial insects are present. If you need to act, choose targeted methods and avoid coating the entire plant without knowing what is there. The goal is not to let pests win. The goal is to avoid destroying the helpers by mistake. A garden that welcomes beneficial insects does not have to look wild. Small choices help. Grow a few flowering plants that provide pollen and nectar. Avoid spraying every time you see movement. Leave a little habitat near the edges. Do not remove every tiny insect egg just because it looks unfamiliar. And when you see aphids, check whether predators have already found them. Sometimes the garden is not asking you to attack. It is asking you to notice. There is something strange about realizing that the ugliest little creature on your plant may be the one protecting it. The garden does not always send help in a beautiful form. Sometimes it sends help with spines, jaws, tiny legs, and a shape that makes you reach for the spray bottle. But once you recognize it, the whole plant looks different. The leaf is not just damaged, it is a battlefield. The bug is not just ugly, it may be a gardener you almost killed. So the next time you see a tiny alligator crawling across your leaves, stop for a moment. Do not panic. Do not spray first. Look closer. It may be a pest, but it may also be the thing hunting the pests. And if it is, your garden may have already started fighting back. Have you ever found one of these on your plants? If you have, you may have seen a tiny guardian before you knew what it was.